welcome to another video on photosynthesis. So in this video I am going to talk about the role of the different photosynthetic pigments in photosynthesis. So we know that pigments, photosynthetic pigments are different type. So like chlorophyll, the chlorophyll are also different type, chlorophyll-a, chlorophyll-b, chlorophyll-c, chlorophyll-d, chlorophyll-e, etc. Okay, along with bacteriochlorophyll and bacterioviridin. These are the different type of the chlorophyll pigments. And out of these different chlorophyll pigments, we know that along with the chlorophyll, some other pigments, that is the carotene, xanthophyll, also helping for the photosynthesis. Okay, so out of all these different type of the chlorophyll and carotene, xanthophyll, only chlorophyll-a is acting as a central pigment, or it is known as a reaction center. Why it is called a reaction center? Because it is the only pigment that convert light energy into chemical energy, that is in the form of the ATP. That is possible only by the chlorophyll-a. So hence the chlorophyll-a is known as the reaction center. And all other pigments, it is known as the antennae pigment or accessory pigment, because it transfer the energy or energy of the sunlight, or the sun energy or the solar energy transfer to the chlorophyll-a, and the chlorophyll-a will convert the solar energy into chemical energy. That is possible only by the chlorophyll-a. Hence it is known as the reaction center. Okay, so here we study the role of the pigments in photosynthesis. Okay, so we know that chlorophyll-a is the only pigment that can absorb and convert light energy into chemical energy. So it is known as the reaction center, or it is known as the essential pigment. Okay, so how it participate in this process, that is we are going to analyze here in this video. Okay, initially chlorophyll-a, this is the chlorophyll-a. Here I shown the different chlorophyll pigments and other carotene, and it is generally known as accessory pigment. So this is the green colored, that is the chlorophyll-a. So chlorophyll-a is at the ground state. At the beginning it is in the ground state because it has less energy or least energy, so that condition is known as the ground state. Okay, so here also I shown this is the chlorophyll-a, that is actually in the ground state. That means it has no sufficient energy, or it has a least energy, so it is known as the ground state. Okay, so when it absorb or receive photons, or this is the chlorophyll-a, it absorb light, or it is known as the photon. Photon is the packet of energy that is present in the light or the sunlight. Okay, so when it receive the photon light, it get activated and expel an electron to higher energy level. Okay, and this is called excited state. See here this diagram. So this is the chlorophyll-a. It absorbs sunlight and then it excited, going to the excited state. What is actually excited state? The electron is transferring to the next higher level. Then we say that it is an excited state. Okay, so now chlorophyll, ground state of chlorophyll is converted into an excited state by absorbing the sunlight, sun energy or the solar energy, and the outermost electron is expelling to the next higher energy level. That is known as the excited state. This expelled electron, then again it absorbing the light energy, and the energy present on the electron, that sufficient to come outside, or it break the attractive force between the nucleus and the proton and the electron. So the electron will expel outside from the chlorophyll-a. This expelled electron is with the extra amount of the energy. So this is the extra expelled electron. It has a extra energy. So this energy rich electron is accepted by many electron carriers. This is accepted by many electron carriers. Okay, one carrier to another carrier, there is an electron transfer, that is known as electron transfer from one carrier to another carrier. During this electron transfer, energy is released, and that is used in the synthesis of the energy rich molecule. So when electron transferring from one carrier to another carrier, it remove the energy. That energy is utilized for the synthesis of the energy rich molecule, that is known as the ATP. Okay, so once again come this diagram. So this is the central chlorophyll-a molecule. This only can convert light energy into chemical energy, and all other accessory pigment is present around this chlorophyll A or reaction center. These molecules or these pigments that collect the sunlight or the solar energy and then transfer to the next, then finally this energy is reaching to the chlorophyll A, and chlorophyll A convert light energy into chemical energy. How it transferring the electron, and this electron transfer from one carrier to another carrier to another carrier. During this transfer of electron, it release energy. That energy utilized for the synthesis of the ATP molecule, adenosine triphosphate molecule. So that is happening when light falling on the leaf or the chlorophyll A. So these pigments are known as the antennae pigment because it transfer the energy from one to another and finally to chlorophyll A. And this type of the transfer of the energy is known as the resonance method because when this molecule absorbs the light energy, it will vibrate, and this vibration causing to touch on the another molecule, and the energy is transferring to this one, and this also will vibrate, and this touch with another one, and energy is transferring, and finally this also will vibrate and energy is transferring to the chlorophyll A. So chlorophyll A is the reaction center. All other pigments is known as the accessory pigment. Okay. So here the ATP is produced when energy transferring from one carrier to another carrier. So ATP molecule is energy rich molecule. It is known as the energy coin of the cell. It helping to store the energy, at the same time it helping to release energy whenever required by hydrolyzing ATP into ADP and inorganic phosphate. So it is known as the energy currency or energy coin of the cell. So this light energy is converted into chemical energy. Okay, so ATP formation, that means light energy converted into chemical energy. Okay, when the electron is with the carrier or chlorophyll A molecule become positively charged. So when the electron is expelled from the chlorophyll A, so electron is went outside and that is carried by the carrier. So at the same time the chlorophyll A become in the positive state, positive charged, and this positively charged chlorophyll A molecule is known as the ionized chlorophyll A, or it is the ionized state. Okay, but remember this ionized, in this ionized state chlorophyll A remaining only for 10 raised to minus 9 second. So before 10 raised to minus 9 second, the expelled energy or electrons that must be transfer back to the chlorophyll A. Okay, this photochemical reaction, that is the chlorophyll electron transfer is very fast. From this you can conclude that the energy transfer is very fast because the chlorophyll A expelled electron, and this electron carrier passing through the carrier and ATP synthesized. At the same time this chlorophyll A is deficient of the one electron, and that electron must be get within 10 raised to minus 9 second. That means how much fast the reaction is taken place within 10 raised to minus 9 second. The electrons must reach back to the chlorophyll A, otherwise the chlorophyll A become damaged. So see here, this chlorophyll A present in the center. It is because all other accessory pigment helping to protect the chlorophyll A from the excess light. So this accessory pigment protect the chlorophyll A from bleaching the chlorophyll A or from photo damaging the chlorophyll A. Similarly, the chlorophyll A become damaged if chlorophyll A cannot get the electrons expelled within 10 raised to minus 9 second. Okay, thus a photochemical reaction is very fast. Then chlorophyll B carotenoid absorb light energy, and then all these transfer to the chlorophyll A molecule, accessory pigment helping for that. And these pigments act as an antennae pigment complex, and it is helping to harvest the light energy, transfer to the chlorophyll A. Carotenoid also doing that and helping to prevent the photo-oxidation of the chlorophyll A. Okay, so this accessory pigment and this accessory pigment, these are the accessory pigment and the reaction center means the chlorophyll A. All these together forming a system that is known as the photo system or photo pigment system. Okay, so you can see here this is the role of the chlorophyll A and the pigment system, other pigment. Okay, so this pigment molecule, that is the chlorophyll B, C, D, xanthophyll, carotene, that it transfer the energy. Photon is falling on this accessory pigment, and this accessory pigment transfer the energy finally to the reaction center, and the reaction center become excited and the electron is expelled, and this expelled electron is a carry from one carrier to another carrier. So let us see how the electron is transferring from carrier to carrier. So see, the electron expelled from the chlorophyll A. So when light falling on the chlorophyll, the electron is expelled, and this electron transfer from one carrier to another carrier, and during that time ADP with the inorganic phosphate ATP, that means phosphorylation taken place with the help of the phosphorylase enzyme, and ATP is forming. And this electron transfer is a two type, that is the cyclic photophosphorylation and non-cyclic photophosphorylation. In cyclic photophosphorylation, electron transfer to the electron carrier first, then from that another to another. These are the path of electrons, and during this time it is producing ATP. Okay, and this electron is again reaching to the chlorophyll A, and this electron reaching to the chlorophyll A within 10⁻⁹ second. So here the electron expelled, the same electron reach back to the chlorophyll A. Hence this type of the electron transfer is known as the cyclic electron transfer, and this is taken place in presence of the light. So it is known as the cyclic photophosphorylation. Phosphorylation means the formation of the ATP, and that is taken place in presence of the light photo. It is known as a cyclic photophosphorylation. Okay, and similarly another method for the transfer of the electron, that is the electron transferred from the chlorophyll A is carried by and transferred through the different electron carrier, and these electrons never reach back to the chlorophyll A. The electrons reaching to the chlorophyll A by the photolysis of the water. See here, this is the photolysis. Water is splitting with the help of the light, that is known as a photolysis of the water, and this photolysis requiring manganese, calcium and chloride ions, and this hydrogen electrons by splitting the water molecule, that electrons reach back to the chlorophyll A molecule. So the electron expelled, that is not reach back to the chlorophyll A, and the electron is giving by the splitting of the water. So here the electron transfer is not cyclic, hence it is known as the non-cyclic photophosphorylation. Actually in the cyclic photophosphorylation 2 ATP will form, and in the non-cyclic only 1 ATP will form. Okay, but NADH also will form. This ATP and NADH formed, that acting as an assimilatory power, that helping to reduce carbon dioxide in the dark reaction. Okay, so that is about the chlorophyll A and how it participate in the photosynthesis. That is the role of the pigment in photosynthesis. So now we are going to study photosystem. What is actually photosystem? What is the word meaning of photosystem? Photosystem, also known as the pigment system. Photosystem or pigment system. So what is actually the pigment system or photosystem? So you know, chlorophyll A and other accessory pigment. This chlorophyll A and other accessory pigment together forming a system, that is known as the photosystem, or it is known as the pigment system. Okay, there are two photosystems, that is the PSO1 photosystem, in short is writing PS, and this is the PSO1 and PS2. These are the two photosystems, PSO1 and PS2. So let us study something detail about this photosystem 1 and 2. Each photosystem is with a core complex. So each photosystem, both PSO1 and PS2, having a core complex. Core complex, and it is in short it is writing CC, core complex. At the same time it has a light harvesting system. Light harvesting system. So this light harvesting system is writing in short as the light harvesting system. That is the LHC, means complex, light harvesting complex. So it is writing as a LHC. So each photosystem 1 and photosystem 2 means a photopigment system having two parts, that is the one in the center, that is the core complex, and another one is the light harvesting complex. Light harvesting complex collecting the light energy and transferring to the core complex, and the core complex converting into chemical energy, that is the ATP. Okay, let us study this. Core complex is a first take the core complex, and this core complex consisting of, that containing a specific chlorophyll A. It is a specific chlorophyll A. Specific chlorophyll A means chlorophyll A is a different type according to the light wavelength that absorbing by the chlorophyll A. So one of the chlorophyll A is the 700, chlorophyll A 700, chlorophyll A 680. So like that, chlorophyll A 650, like that 673, chlorophyll A 673, chlorophyll A 700, 680, etc. Okay, so these are the different type of the chlorophyll A. This is a different type because the chlorophyll A absorbing the light energy at a particular wavelength. So the core complex containing a chlorophyll A out of this. So that is the chlorophyll, specific chlorophyll A molecule, and also it containing electron carrier. It also containing electron carrier, cytochrome B, cytochrome B6, F, like that, electron carrier, that also containing electron carrier, different electron carrier, and chlorophyll A. So chlorophyll, specific chlorophyll A and electron carrier together forming the core complex. Okay, and the light harvesting complex means this one. Light harvesting complex is composed or it containing about 200 chlorophyll A, specific chlorophyll A 200 molecule, and also containing a few chlorophyll B, and along with that 50 carotenoids 50 carotenoids present there. So the molecule. So these together forming the chloropigment system 2, light harvesting system, both the pigment system 1 and pigment system 2. So both the pigment system 1 and 2 having core complex containing chlorophyll A and a different electron carrier, light harvesting complex LHC that containing 200 chlorophyll A, a few chlorophyll B, and carotenoids 50. So that together forming the light harvesting complex. Okay, chlorophyll A is exist in the different form. We show the different forms. Okay, in the PS1, this specific chlorophyll A is chlorophyll 700, chlorophyll A 700. That is a specific chlorophyll A present in the PS1. Okay, so it is commonly write as the P700. P700 means photosystem 700, photopigment 700. That is the PS1. Here the reaction center is the chlorophyll A that absorbing the light energy, that is 700 nanometer wavelength. So it is known as a P700. Okay, then PS second, it containing chlorophyll, the specific chlorophyll A has a 680, is a 680 nanometer wavelength. It absorbing the 680 nanometer wavelength. Okay, so that acting as a reaction center in the PS second. So in PS second, it also requiring some additional molecule for the photolysis of water, that is the manganese. It is requiring chloride ions requiring. At the same time, it also requiring chloride ions. It is requiring manganese, calcium, calcium chloride ions. These are requiring for the photolysis of the water. So that is also present in the pigment system second chlorophyll, and that is absent in the case of the PS1. So it is this helping for the photolysis of the water, splitting of the water. Okay, just we explained previously, photolysis of water, and this photolysis providing electrons, and these electrons reaching to the chlorophyll A molecule. So here PS1, that is chlorophyll A P700, the electron expelled from here directly come back to the PS1. So here operating cyclic photophosphorylation, but in the PS second, that is 680 nanometer, if using then the electrons expelled cannot reach back to the chlorophyll A 680 but the electron is provided by the photolysis of the water. So this type of the phosphorylation is known as the non-cyclic photophosphorylation. If PS1 is involved, that is known as the cyclic photophosphorylation. But in the non-cyclic photophosphorylation, both PS1 and PS2 is involved. First PS second, that expelled electron, and this electron is accepted by the PS1, and the PS1 then transfer the electrons and it helping to produce NADH, and meanwhile it also producing ATP. So in the non-cyclic, the electron cannot reach back to, and the electron is coming from the splitting of the water. So in the non-cyclic photophosphorylation, both ATP and NADH is also produced, but in the case of the cyclic photophosphorylation, only ATP is producing. That is the non-cyclic photophosphorylation, ATP and NADPH2, ATP and nicotinamide NADP, nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide phosphate reduced, NADPH2 is produced, but in the cyclic only ATP molecule, 2 ATP molecule is produced. Okay, there is a difference between cyclic and non-cyclic electron transport system. Whatever it may be, in the cyclic and non-cyclic photophosphorylation, ATP NADPH2 produced, and this ATP NADPH2 is known as the assimilatory power that helping to reduce the carbon dioxide in the dark reaction or during the synthesis of the carbohydrate. So this is the role of the photosynthetic pigment in photosynthesis. Okay, in the next video we will study the cyclic and non-cyclic photophosphorylation in detail.